Most of us are fully aware of the fact that radiation can be a very bad thing. Actually, most people probably think that all radiation is a bad thing. And I know that many years ago, before I learned more on the subject, I would have told you that radiation is bad, period. But the fact is, radiation in small doses is required for life on Earth. Earth is in that Goldilocks zone we've been talking about, at the near perfect distance from the sun, but must also have an atmosphere that allows a certain amount of solar radiation to hit the planet, while also regulating things on the planet to ensure that the amount of radiation reaching the surface isn't too high. Now, if you look it up, you'll find that radiation is measured in units called millisieverts. And if you're like me, you're thinking, millisievert, that sounds like a made-up word. And you'd be right. The fact is, scientists are constantly having to make up words with each new discovery because, well, there's just not a word in our language for such a thing as the measurement of radiation. You can't measure it in weight measurements like ounces or pounds. It's not a substance that can be measured in cups or liters. But I'm not going to try to explain the details. For one reason, I have trouble wrapping my own brain around these things myself as it is, and then trying to explain it to you. But they came up with this measurement idea for radiation and named it after a man who made significant contributions to the study of radiation, especially in the area of protecting humans from the bad effects of radiation. And his name was Rolf Maximilian Sievert. So at least they used his last name, or we'd be talking about measuring radiation in Rolfs or Maximilians. Instead, we'll use millisieverts, and we'll just refer to that as MSVs. Even in the abstract, you can get the idea. Scientists tell us that the average Earthling is exposed to 3 MSVs coming from various sources every year on average. Radon gas from the ground, cosmic radiation from the sun, but even from our food and water. But larger doses of exposure come through X-rays to a lesser degree than CT scans, which serve up a whopping 10 to 20 MSVs each time. So we understand that the safe number of MSVs is 3. Obviously, higher numbers would be bad, but the Nuclear Regulatory Commission allows up to 50 MSVs in a single year, but they want that average to be 100 over every 5-year period. We don't have time to get into all of that, but that gives you a little idea what we're dealing with. Under normal circumstances, the Earth receives and emits small amounts of radiation between 2 MSVs for radon and under half an MSV annually from other sources. But that small amount of radiation is important for survival on planet Earth. This measured amount of radiation allows for photosynthesis so plants can thrive. And without this specific, small, and naturally controlled amount of radiation, we couldn't grow fruits and vegetables. And that would be devastating. If you think, well, I'll just turn to the carnivore diet. Well, you're forgetting that vegetation is the food for your steak, pork chops, and milk cows. And that's what they live off of. Without the measured amount of radiation on Earth, we wouldn't have vegetables and fruits, and the animals would die. And of course, humans would die off as well. Somehow, in addition to all the other variables that we've discussed, including distance from the sun, plentiful supplies of water, our planet just happens to have the right amount of radiation for photosynthesis to take place, but not too much, so it's not harming humans and animals. And pseudoscience wants us to believe that it's all a big accident. Just through natural processes, this all just evolved. Just a big cosmic coincidence. But the sensible man or woman will understand the reality of Colossians 1:16 and 17. For by him were all things created that are in heaven, that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him. And he is before all things, and by him all things consist.